What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Logan Mason here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're doing a quick discussion video regarding this Pokemon Unite tier list created by UniteDB. Let me scroll up a little bit so you guys can see. Apparently this is the official tier list video that UniteDB is, or tier list that UniteDB has put out. This is the most recent one. Obviously it says last updated January 7th, 2022 on here. So we're just going to talk about it a little bit. I think there are some things that should be changed. So let's just go through it. I haven't looked at this in like a day or two, but let me just give you my honest opinion. So in terms of S tier, I think that this is correct. I think Dragonite should be S tier. I think Serena should be S tier. I think both of those are the best current attackers in the game. I think they're both really good and they're played pretty much every single game. If you want any chance of winning, you need to have those two Pokemon on your team. Not any chance of winning, but if you want to have the best chance of winning, you should have both of those Pokemon on your team. Regarding A tier, Pikachu I think should be A tier at this point. It just does so much damage from all the way across the map. It's not super bulky. You can't really score on people, but I think Pikachu should be here. Sylveon should probably be here. I've seen a lot of people using the Mystical Fire build recently, which is fine, but it's not my favorite. I really like the Hyper Voice build, but I think Sylveon is really good right now. Talonflame should definitely be here as well. Talonflame is just super strong, very good jungler. And even with its buffs or nerfs to fly, it's still super strong. Venusaur is definitely here. Venusaur honestly could go up to S tier for me. Venusaur is just incredibly good. And then we have Wigglytuff here. Wigglytuff is always going to be super common as long as Sing is still basically as strong as it is right now. So Wigglytuff is definitely deserving of being in the A tier. Now in the B tier we have Blastoise. Blastoise is really good. I think Blastoise honestly needs some consideration. I think these two should definitely both be in A tier. I understand what they're trying to do here, not trying to oversaturate the A tier, but I think Blastoise is incredibly good, and Cinderace is up. It should be up in A tier, and I think Lucario should be up here too. Cram. I think Cram should probably be down in C tier. Cram is really strong, but I feel like I haven't seen the patch notes in a while, but I really feel like they nerfed Cram's movement speed in the game, because I've played Cram recently and he literally just inches across the screen. It's so slow. It's like he's a freaking worm trying to go for like a grape or something on the ground. Like, he is slow, dude. He is super slow and he just dies so quick because you can't do anything. Like, you throw out your two moves and then you're basically just doing no damage. So Greedent really is better than B tier in my opinion as well. I feel like Greedent is one of the Pokemon that definitely could go up in the tier list as well. I'm not going to do my own tier list here because I feel like that'd be too much of for just a video breaking down my thoughts on this tier list here. But let's see. Lucario is probably solidly B tier. At this point it gets outclassed by Dragonite and Serena, so you don't really get to see it a whole lot. Although Lucario could still solo top lane by himself pretty easily. I think if you weren't comparing him to other all-arounders like Dragonite and Serena, Lucario would probably be in A tier, but because it's being compared to the other all-arounders, it's solidly in B tier, and that's fine by me. Machamp honestly is probably C tier as well. I think Machamp is solid, but I don't think it adds as much. Like, I think Mamoswine is definitely like peak B tier. Like, I think Mamoswine and Mr. Mime should both be here. I'm getting a phone call from someone without my number saved. Sorry about that. Mr. Mime also deserves to be in B tier. Mr. Mime is really good. And holy hell, I just realized how far down Blissey is. I don't know if I agree with that, honestly. Zera is probably B tier right now. I think they finally limited its DPS enough to keep it down in B tier, which is probably where it should be, because as a speedster you shouldn't be super bulky. But its discharge move is it's just still such a good objective taker, and it still does a whole bunch of damage if you can play it right. But I guess this is more probably for higher ranked, like 5Q kind of stuff. So if you assume that you're playing in 5Qs and all of these things, Zera is probably not as good as like Talonflame would be as a jungler. So that makes complete sense. Then we have Charizard in C tier. Charizard is probably D tier for me. I think it's best. I think it's best, like the way it works best is is using its Unite move to pick people up and nuke them down, like take them out of fights for a minute. And it does really good damage in team fights, but honestly, it's just, other than that, like, you're basically just out there dying. As Charizard without the Unite move popping constantly. I think Charizard probably should go down in D tier, in my personal opinion. Crustle C tier is fine. Garchomp should be D tier as well. Garchomp is just trash right now in my opinion, especially, I mean, I know they rebuffed it recently again, but it's still trash. Like, Gardevoir is probably top of C tier. I think Gardevoir is really good. It's actually a super good jungler still if you know how to play it. Obviously, if you're playing 5Qs, there are better options for jungling, and it's not super great in lane either. But if you have a really good person playing Gardevoir, like if you have someone who knows how to play Gardevoir well, playing Gardevoir in your jungle, you're gonna be doing just fine. Like, and it's gonna nuke, and its Unite move is probably one of the best in the game. It's insane. I think Ninetales in C tier is fair as well. I think Slowbro, I'm not even gonna talk about Ninetales. Ninetales just doesn't do enough damage to make it feel as if it should be in a higher tier. And its CC is good, but it's not incredible. Like, it's not like Wigglytuff tier or Slowbro tier. I think Slowbro should be in B tier, and I think Snorlax should be in A tier. Like, Snorlax should not be in C tier. If you have an effective Snorlax using Block and Heavy Slam, you are taking objectives, and you're stopping the other team from scoring and pushing up on your team. Like, it's super good paired with like a Decidueye, or obviously Decidueye here is an F tier, but it's super good in that regards. I think Absol should be up in C tier as well. I know it's really limiting our D tier stuff here, and if I made my own tier list, I'd balance it out a little bit more. This is just me talking out of my butt. I didn't really prep for this video at all. Absol, I think, is C tier though. It does so much damage, and if you can snowball with it, you basically can carry your team the entire game. I know in team fights, in 5Q team fights, when everyone's all gathered up in the little ball, it's different, but I play mostly duos and trios and solo queue, so an Absol for me is like super good in that scenario. But obviously, I assume this is made for more high level stuff. You won't really see an Absol being played in like tournament style matches, so that's fine. Blissey is probably at least C tier. Like, Blissey still helps people do more damage and helps it heal, and I mean, it's basically useless in fights, other than helping out its teammates. But if you have a good Blissey running with your team, I mean, obviously there are better, like I'd rather have someone be an Eldegoss than a Blissey on my team, but I would take a Blissey. Like, I would take a Blissey over having a Cinderace and a Greninja in one lane. Like, give me a Blissey. I want a Blissey. You know what I mean? Gengar probably stays in D tier. It's really good in solo queue if you know how to use it. But honestly, I just don't think there's any way to like really get it higher than that in duos, trios. Like, honestly, like Gengar is fine, but it's not great, and there's like no redeeming factors about it. F tier Decidueye, that's probably where I would put it as well. Decidueye is literally the most frail Pokemon in this game. I can basically almost 1v1 a Decidueye that's the same level or a level higher than me with an Eldegoss, like by myself. Like, it's not too difficult to do. So I don't know. I think Decidueye is solidly in F tier. I think the way that they could make Decidueye better would be to make its Unite move the one that, you know, you're basically stood still. You can't move. If they made that pierceable, like if they made the leaves that come out of it pierce people. So basically, if there's two people standing here, and your Decidueye's over here, and it's going boom, 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 it's not hitting both of them. It's only hitting the first one. If they made it hit the first one and the second one, kind of like Spirit Shackle, when you shoot the arrow, you go boom, and it hits it can hit 2 or 3 people and hit the objective all at the same time. If that move did that the entire time other than just its last hit, you would be golden. Like, you would be great. Decidueye would be up in C tier instantly just from that buff alone. But that's basically my thoughts on it. There's obviously some things I would change, but overall I think the layout is basically correct. I think the S tier is perfect. A tier just needs a couple more adjustments. B tier, there's too many people in B tier. They need to be moved down. Some of them need to be moved up, and then some people need to be moved up, and some people need to be moved down. I don't know. I basically went through it all with you guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys did enjoy it. I'll try to do some more discussion videos in the near future. Just something I enjoy doing, and I like getting my opinion out there so people can roast me. So feel free to tell me how bad my opinion is in the comments below, because I'd love to hear it. I'd love to argue with you and send you some fiery poop to your doorstep. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care. Peace out. Bye. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Where's my self-record button? Ah!